Hi, my name is Jim Lindell, and today I want to talk to you and raise a specific question. When are you going to get better? Supposedly, Vince Lombardi would go up behind his star Packer players and he'd ask them that during the practice, just in the quiet of the moment, when are you going to get better? And imagine saying that to some of the champions of the world. But as you and I consider our daily lives, there's areas that I would like us to reflect on and just say, what could I do differently? How can I make an incremental change? How can I just do one thing a little bit differently that will impact my business, my life, my relationships? So really 6 areas to think about. 1, when are you going to get better on your career? Have you taken some time to think about where I am going? What's the end game? And one of the areas that happens to a lot of us is we come out of school, we start our professional career, and then we get married, we raise a family, and I actually call those the missing decades, because what will happen is we get wrapped up in our kids' activities, all the other things about raising a family, and we go from being 25 with all these grand goals to 45 and you're shipping kids off to college or whatever they may go into. So what are we going to do to understand where our career is going? Specifically, what are we going to do within our own job? And that involves both things as our professional skill sets. I mean, ChatGPT has been a gift in terms of learning new technology for all of us. But also, what are we going to do with our people skills that are so necessary for success today, and yet many people are lacking? Better ways that we can have social awareness, better ways that we can use emotional intelligence and be more successful in the process. What are you doing about your health? I mean, have you visited the doctor lately? Have you looked at what your markers are? And not just over the last year, but over the last 5 or 10 years, which is something I'm always suggesting for our business analysis. Look over 10 years. It is easy to see what's happening to a business. And guess what? It's easy to see what happens to you and I physically when our health starts changing and we age. What are you doing about that? What are you doing about spirituality? And in that case, that's up to each of us. And I don't, whether you're agnostic, you're an atheist, you're some other type of major line denomination, the point is, what are you doing to understand all of that better? And what is the role that it plays within your life, your loved one's life? I'd also think about your family. What are you doing with your most important relationships? You've heard the phrase, do we work to play or play to work? And what happens is many of us get so committed to our job, which there's nothing wrong with that commitment, that we sacrifice our personal family. I remember my father's company. He worked for one that through a number of buyouts was even a public company. But I remember him telling me one time that his boss said, if the company sends me to Japan tomorrow, I'm on the next plane. And if my family wants to, they can follow me. And I thought, that's a poor way to lead your life. Okay. And then lastly, for some of the fun, what are you doing for hobbies? What are you doing for recreation? And that recreation, we think of the word and it's recreate. How do we recreate ourselves? And typically some of those hobbies help give us more value to who we are. Hobbies are especially important as people move on in life and then they get to that time frame of retirement. What are you doing to make sure that you have something for you as you get to phases outside of work? But the real message here is, what are you doing today to get better? What's the next step for you? And take some time to do it. I think you'll be very rewarded with it. I'm Jim Lindell. If your company or association needs a facilitator, a keynote presenter, give me a call. If you need an executive coach, I'd also be happy to chat with you. I look forward to seeing you on another YouTube or in one of our sessions at some point. Take care.